Wonders and miracles.
See you at the hanging, friend.
Yes, see you at the hanging. Well, hopefully not me hanging. This way? Oh, yes. And this is where our friend comes into play. Ah, Dandelion, what the hell did you get into this time around?
Zoltan. Dandelion.
And Zoltan. Oh, old friend of ours.
Great.
What's
Okay,
the plan?
what the hell did they do?
We improvise. No killing. We'll take care of this, Triss.
Okay, how are we going to take care of this, though?
Geralt! Geralt! Over here! Help!
Yeah, I would help you, but... First up, why are you standing over there? Sir.
Step back, White One.
Yeah, what's going on
What are
over
they
here?
going to hang for? They don't look dangerous.
The charge is collusion with a Scoia'tael.
Got proof?
Dandelion, an elven spy?
Yeah, that's unlikely.
Bards hanging for debauchery.
Well,
What?
okay
The
then.
sentence was he's to hang for debauchery.
Who decided
And
that?
a sentence is nothing to scoff at.
Okay, yeah. Is this justice as you see it? Debauchery. Everyone has a little bit of debauchery from now and then, right?
Are you serious? Listen here, people. Is profligacy now a punishable offense in the free kingdom of Temeria? Or are we in Nilfgaard?
And piss off, freak, or you'll have me to deal with. Think of the common folk. You're spoiling their fun.
Well, a freak he may be, but he speaks true. Debauchery's one of my favourite pastimes, but I don't want a noose placed around my neck for pursuing it.
See, he understands.
Paid us a visit or two, though we didn't have much fun.
Away with you, Margot. Go back to your brothel.
Time to go? Fine. But hear this, people. He sure liked to parade about, but his Willie wouldn't come to attention. Ha!
Stop the execution.
Shut your trap. The singer's to hang, and he will hang. This is a decent town. Whores and witches notwithstanding.
Watch your words, guardsman. I don't know witches, but Margot's a decent woman.
Shut it, all of you! Or I'll not vouch for what I'll do.
Oh, what you will
Thinks
do.
he's tough, showing off his balls. But don't fret, people. I've seen the rot on them.
I'm warning you for the last time, Margot.
You wouldn't hit a lady.
You're no lady.
Oh, you want to hit me?
They'll hang anyway.
Okay, well, let's hope that this goes according to plan in that case.
You
Okay, come on. We can do this, we can do this. And
hang anyway.
just a little bit of hitting, right in the face, but not killing anyone. So, nothing to worry about in that regard. Right? Yeah, right. There we go. Now, just lay down, be kind. Well, he assaulted me. No. Oh, God. Oh, fine. You two? Well, I will take all of you down who dare to oppose me. Because I've got the hang of this fist fighting right here, right now. Or at least, so I'd like to think. Ow. Come on. Yep. Zoltan, I'm trying my best. Don't worry, I'll save you. Or so, I hope. Oh, really, you do not know when to give up, friend. There we go. So, who's next? Oh, the cavalry is here. Oh boy.
What the hell is going on here? I said, what the arse fuck is going on?
A little misunderstanding.
I'd like to report. Out of my sight, Clover. A few ploughing bandits and you can't even hang them. And you, stay calm, hands off your sword. Our scaffold embraces speeches and hangings. Which will it be?
Speech? We're not gonna do any hangings here. Laws on our side? I don't want trouble. Let's start with
Your
that.
people started it. Short fuses. Some
Keep him friendly.
What do I care? They started, but you finished.
I had to defend my friends. Will you release them?
Terrible choice of friends, Witcher. I'd rather give you a thief. Relax. I'm joking.
No. Oh.
I hate thieves. We can put on another show.
No.
Bloody and serious this time, mind you. Or we can come to an understanding.
Meaning?
Give me a minute, Witcher. Listen here. You may have heard rumors of the tragic events that transpired during the siege of La Valette Castle. Sadly, they are true. King Foltest is dead. It's likely that Scoia'tael had a hand in this heinous murder. So you see, none of you can feel safe. That is why today, wagons with armaments will roll out into Flotsam's streets. I hereby declare a state of emergency. Await orders. Prepare to fight. And ready yourselves to avenge your fallen king. Now disperse. Go to your homes.
So the hanging is cancelled? Please? Are they free? Are Dandelion and Zoltan free? Like, okay, those first two, maybe, yeah, they kind of deserved it. We don't know. But Zoltan and Dandelion, what the hell could they have done wrong?
What about them?
They'll not hang for now. Let's say I'm reconsidering their case.
Very much
The
appreciated.
scaffold's no place for civil conversation. We'll talk at my home. Your friends are free for the time being, but they're not to leave town. Come after dusk. I'll be busy till then. There's one more thing. Welcome to Flotsam, Witcher.
Well, what a warm welcome it is indeed.
They were really going to hang us. I don't know. I didn't mean to torch that
Wait,
watchtower.
wait, what?
Everything's all right, Dandelion. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we owe you, Geralt. Thank you. Time to hit the tavern. Come on, Dandelion, you need a stiff drink. And while we're at it, I'll tell you an edifying tale of local hypocrisy that conceals lechery neath a veneer of courtesy. Except nothing can hide the stench.
Yo? The boss that got you hanged was you torching a watchtower by accident. What? Oh god. Rain increases the damage dealt by spells that produce electrical charges. The Quenchime something something something. Well, Igni's not gonna do a whole lot this time around, I say. Well. When weather sucks as much like this, there's only one place to go. And that be the tavern.
A notice board. Might find something interesting here.
We very well might. But first, tavern. A group of friends together. Although... Ah, there's Triss. I was wondering, where is she? Do we need to get a drink ourselves? If so, sure, or are the boys buying one for me? Greetings. Let's trade. Ooh, good idea. I know I'm looking for silver ore. Like, I got the witch's diagram for the silver sword. I need 2 silver ore if I'm right, by the looks of things. 1 iron ore. Yeah, 2 silver ore in order to make myself a witch's silver sword. So the question is... You've only got junk. It's even called junk. Well, okay then. Nice to know. Can I sell stuff to you that I don't need, maybe? Like... I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I'm really nearing the 300. How much money do you have? Can I see that? Not sure. Anyway, can I sell all of this? Because I don't think I need junk. Really don't think I need junk at all. This is only 6 orans? Oh well. Yeah, that should be good enough. Alright, nice. Well, that is a few orans for a little bit of junk that I don't need. And you don't sell those. Upon returning to a shop after 24 hours, you may find that some of the items you purchased previously are once again available. Generate additional income by selling shopkeepers the items you don't need. Friend! Let me through! Please! Dude! Come on! Do I need to... Don't tell me I'm stuck. Come on. No! Really? Farewell. Can I... Thank you. Okay, sorry friends. No booze.
Damn, that was close. Innkeep! Vodka!
He's out.
Tris Marigold. Lice eat me, but you are a treat to behold. Just a little pale.
Magic takes its toll, but I'll be all right. Good to see you and your beard again.
Can somebody tell me what happened? You set off a month ago for Zoltan's wedding.
That got fucked. There will be no wedding.
Did you hear about Foltest?
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Winds and rumors. I want to know the truth.
It wasn't me.
I want to know how Foltest died. And the dragon, was there really one there? And who rules Temeria now?
Dandelion, calm down. You'll choke on your liquor.
Let's just say it's complicated. First things first though, we're friends. I am interested, what's the deal with the wedding? What happened?
No wedding, Zoltan.
The Breckenrigs broke off the engagement because some limp prick put it about that I joined the uprising in Vizima.
Oh,
And
God.
would-be Popper-Law refused to let a rebel firebrand join the family. Innkeep, where's our drink?
It was like this. We got to Mahakam a week after the Grand Master died. Bought Zoltan an absolutely grand doublet, a pair of Garibaldi Krakows, and as a gift for Eudora, a jade stone as big as my fist.
We were broke as a joke by the time Dandelion threw me a bachelor party at an establishment called the Tight Lane.
Next day, we went over to the Breckenrigs. They welcomed us in, sat us down, and proceeded to discuss the superiority of Mahakaman mining know-how over any other. And that went on until dinner. Just when I thought I'd learned more than I ever wanted to know about mining, they served the soup.
You could have held a pin drop. Old Breckenrig rose and he says, "A real dwarf works a mine, not chases fame on the battlefield."
You'll never believe this, Geralt, but they served duck blood soup. It was as black as tar. They must have dropped lumps of coal into the pot.
"Eat," Breckenrig says, then proceeded to slop 2 full bowls of the shite. Old goat. Hope his mind caves in on his head.
Well. What about... interesting. Have you joined the Scoia'tael, Zoltan? Dandelion, since when have you worked for Roach? This is something that I would like to know, because you did stand on trial, Zoltan.
Laredo said you're working with the Scoia'tael, Zoltan.
I have done many things in my life, Geralt, but I have never stooped to banditry.
The Scoia'tael don't consider themselves bandits.
But I am no Scoia'tael.
Well, okay then. Now what about you, Dandelion? Since when have you worked for Roach?
Since when have you worked for Roach?
Hey, nobody said a word when you went out to save Temeria from the Grand Master and his mutants.
Relax, Dandelion. I was just asking. Do what you want. You're an adult, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
That wasn't very supportive.
Sorry.
Laugh away. At least I decided to do something constructive.
That's
You
true.
used to spy for Redania. Now you're spying for Temeria. Some might call you a traitor.
Ever tried to live off of poetry alone? The truth is, I'm a citizen of the world. As long as I don't serve Emperor Emir, I'm not doing any harm.
Leave him be, Geralt. He'll play the spy a bit, get bored, and drop it. You know how he is.
So, about the dragon. Yes, very much true.
The dragon. Well, the dragon appeared, and that's all I know.
But where did the Lavalettes get a dragon? We heard it fought on their side, huge as a barn, they say.
Dragons don't usually take sides. Maybe its lair was nearby and it just felt threatened.
If you hadn't driven it off, Foltest might not have taken the castle.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure.
Anyway, Triss, tell us what happened after I was arrested, because even I am quite interested in that, because, yeah, how did the battle ensue and everything?
Triss, you're the expert on Temeria. Tell us who's in charge now.
It's chaotic and getting worse. The old families are fighting for supremacy, no holds barred.
Baron Kimbalt and Count Marivel, I bet.
Among others. After the assassination, while Geralt was in the dungeon, the lords convened in a field near Lavalette Castle to choose a new ruler. 3 days they debated, and it looked more like a bazaar than a meeting of nobles. Except the trade was in court and ministry positions, spheres of influence, royal privileges.
Fun times.
Humans.
In spite of several duels and 2 poisonings, no king was chosen. Civil war was in the air.
Politics in general, it's like, and I know witches always try to remain neutral as much as they can. They are there to help people get a little bit of coin by slaying monsters where necessary and everything like that. But the whole politics stuff, taking sides, it's... both sides are wrong. On every side. It's like, ugh. Anyway, was there any kind of resolution?
Did they ultimately resolve anything?
No, it ended as usual. Sadly, John Natalis remains our only hope.
Ah, the victor at Brenna, and Foltest's most tried and true field commander.
And during the deliberations, he was several days' march from Lavalette lands, with an additional 2,000 armed men in tow. He's to keep the peace until a rightful monarch is chosen.
I hope he
He could
succeeds.
find that ruling is to his liking.
Natalis is a soldier at heart. He's not suited to rule, and I don't believe he even wants to.
He's got the army behind him.
Which is why he can guarantee peace. Well, a tenuous one, sure, but that's always better than civil war. Besides which, he's deeply in debt to a dwarven bank in which Philippa Eilhart, as sorceress, holds a significant stake.
So, not really a good choice in that case. He has his stuff splits his attention. Anyway, no mages around to cool things down. Like, you were sent away. Were there any other mages around?
Where were the mages?
Aye. Where were the grey eminences of this world when they were truly needed?
They weren't invited. Neither was I. But if not for their intervention, or rather that of a few influential sorceresses, Baron Kimbolt would have taken the throne.
I was invited to sing at his court once. Afterwards, he refused to pay me, and the food was awful. No way I'll stay in Temeria if he's crowned.
Where will you go in that case, Dandelion? Anyway, that's enough politics.
I think I've heard enough about politics.
About the king in that case, though.
Foltest's killer lay in wait in the tower, where the Lavalettes had hidden the royal bastards. He was well informed.
Wait a minute, what were you doing there?
I was protecting the king. After the first attempt, Foltest began treating me as his lucky charm. He ordered me to be at his side during the battle. The dragon separated us from the rest of the army. The killer disguised himself as a monk, a blind one at that. He let Foltest greet his children, waited until I had walked off, then cut the king's throat from ear to ear.
How did he flee?
Jumped out a window into the river below. Yorv with Skoyatel were waiting in a boat. It was planned.
And you're chasing him because he murdered the king?
I was accused of the murder. I need to clear my name. Besides, I looked him in the eye before he escaped. He's a witcher. Then some brave Temerian soldiers showed up, piled on me, and knocked me out.
I guess the crisis ate away those 8,000...
Save yourselves, good folk! The beast attacks!
The dragon?
We better get out there. Someone's casting spells.
That can't be good. I still haven't even... Oh, that's no dragon. Okay, that's good, because I'm still to read the book on dragons. How are we going to defeat a kraken? At least I'm assuming it's a kraken. Seems like you're not the only mage around, Triss.
What sort of sorceress are you? A lot of good you did. Can't you hear me? Why didn't you help him?
He's alive, isn't he?
The beast nearly pulled him in the water while you stood staring like a calf at a shit-covered clover.
Watch your words.
Where's this beast?
Ask her.
Geralt.
We know each other?
Guess we knew each other.
Oh, look here. Birds of a feather.
Let's say I've heard of you.
Master Witcher, this is foolish. The beast near pulled Sozek into the depths, and you're simply chatting with this damsel.
Well, the beast is gone right now, isn't he? And also, he's alive, right? But tell me about this monster. What are we dealing with here? What do you know about it?
All right. What happened?
I came to Flotsam to kill the Kairan,
Kairan?
Kairan?
the monster that has effectively blocked the port. A moment ago, I had the good fortune to see it in all its splendor, but the local folk scared it away.
Can you blame them?
Good fortune? You hear that, Sozek? That was some good fortune for you.
Why's the beast in the port all of a sudden, eh? Summoned by the witch, perchance?
To see it in all its splendor.
Yeah, I think you need to get Sozek out of here, really, before the monster comes back, you know?
Sozek doesn't look too good. Lay him inside somewhere.
Come on. Do it.
Right, we've dawdled
Yes.
enough already. Come on, lads, let's go.
What's this? I was ready for a rumble there.
Shut it, and come on.
A little bit of mind
I
alteration.
apologize for interrupting, but I am Louis Merce, and I am chief person in charge of all matters related to monster hunting in Flotsam. It is in this capacity that I must inquire if you're willing to attempt to resolve the problem of our so-called Karen, the beast that now blocks all trade traffic on the river.
I
So,
might be
Witcher.
interested.
Are we willing?
That depends on one thing, though.
Alone.
I was here first, and I'll not relinquish this contract. My way or the highway, as the locals put it.
Fine. Your way it is.
You must contact the merchants on the waterfront as regards any rewards. Madame de Tanseville has, I believe, already conducted some preliminary negotiations.
That I have.
In that case, don't let me keep you.
Well, okay then. Let's see if I can negotiate some more rewards.
Triss, how long must I wait for you to introduce us?
Sheila de Tanserville, advisor to Queen Zulika of Kovir.
Kovir's a long way north.
True. I had my doubts if the Kayran was worth the journey, but those were dispelled with what it showed today.
Here to hunt down some ingredients?
Triss Merigold. Sharp as ever.
You're thinking that...
Troll eyes, ghoul venom, virgin's blood, all those disgusting marvels we take from dying species. To throw into the cauldron at Sabbaths. Right, Triss?
Absolutely. Virgins are a dying breed.
Oh my. Your sense of humor seems to be intact too. But enough of these pleasantries. Tell me, Geralt. You saw the tentacle. What do you make of it all?
It's big.
The beast must be huge. Maybe inhabited one of the Pontar's tributaries before, hunting animals. Then it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures.
And on the Pontar it found trade barges burgeoning with obese, slow-moving merchants. You're partly correct. Cedric claims the Kayran emerged from the northern swamps approximately 1 month past.
Cedric?
An elf, formerly a Scoia'tael. Strange bird, but he knows quite a bit about the area and its living wonders.
I need to look around, find out a few things.
An investigation, witches' rituals, extracting secrets and such.
More or less. I'll talk to the merchants about the reward, pay Cedric a visit and get back to you.
You'll find me at the inn. I've rented lodgings there, on the upper floor.
You know the inn's also a whorehouse.
Wow.
Thanks for the warning.
Dear God, Triss, really? Just keep the peace a little bit. Find out what happened on the pier. A whole lot of new stuff to do. A whole lot of new stuff to do. Let's see, what are we dealing with? First things first, though. I got this book about dragons from New Boy. Book containing all available knowledge on dragons. Might be wise to know about. Knowledge. You have acquired knowledge about a monster species. Review your current knowledge level by accessing the Attributes tab on the character development panel. Good to know. Dragons were once commonplace. Their rule over the continent absolute. Dragon fire was the bane of cities, and dragon appetites were a constant threat to the first colonizers. Mages stood against these creatures, and witches were created to fight them. Today, dragons are nearly extinct. There are occasionally sightings of forktails and slizzards, but these creatures are to dragons as stray cats are to tigers. Dragons were brought to the brink of extinction by professional hunters like the famed Grinfrid Reavers. Alchemy ingredients from the dragon's body are among the most expensive and highly sought after by mages. Beast roasted tail is considered a true delicacy. So, if they are nearly extinct, that might very well be why we don't hunt them anymore. Why we kind of refuse to hunt them. So, Okay, that is good to know. Also means I can maybe sell the book later on. Let's see, what else have we got? Okay, an indecent proposal. When the dust at the gallows had settled, Loredo invited Geralt for a talk. Even if we ignore the fact that the witches, like troubadours and scholars, never refused free board, it was a good occasion to feel out commander. Geralt accepted the invitation. He seems like a strange person, let's say that. Quite in control of the whole of Flotsam, so might be nice to at least know a little bit more about him. And this Karen. What about the monstrosity of Flotsam? Well, Geralt heard that a beast had attacked a man on the pier. Driven by professional curiosity, he went to investigate, and also just normal curiosity. Indeed, it was as the people had said. The unlucky victim lay on the pier. A riled crowd surrounded him and was commenting on the events. Among the onlookers stood the sorceress Syl de Tanzafil. The Witcher and the sorceress exchanged but a few words before she asked Geralt for help in hunting down the dangerous beast. First, they needed to identify the species. An elf named Cedric was said to be the most knowledgeable about the local wildlife, so this Cedric will have to track down. Karen, a matter of price. Sorcerers never do anything out of the kindness of their hearts, for this simple reason that they have stones instead of hearts. Really, Dandelion?
Either that tidbit of information is true, or Dandelion has been rejected one too many times by a sorceress.
Syl said she had enough of talking and wouldn't lift a finger against the monster until the price of the contract was set. The artless Witcher would never have thought to do things that way, but since a sorceress lifting her finger can be mighty helpful in any situation, particularly one that involves killing huge monsters, our hero went to haggle with the merchants at the harbor. Well, a little bit of haggling is always acceptable, especially when it comes to something as big as this. Okay, a rough landing. It is prudent to inform the reader that, on account of his profession and personality traits, Vernon Roach had many enemies and possibly no friends at all. By many enemies, I mean a legion, and not a weak one at that. In Flotsam alone, Roach counted Commander Laredo and the local elfin unit's leader, Eorvert, among his foes. The latter crossed our hero's path, and when a hunter of squirrels meets the gorilla's best-known leader, the pleasantries can only last so long. The elfin partisans immediately attacked from hiding, and Geralt's company only avoided becoming arrow-riddled hedgehogs thanks to Triss Merigold's presence of mind. Vernon Roach took the sorceress, exhausted by a protective spell, into his arms, and Geralt covered the company with his sword. Leaving a trail of corpses behind, our heroes pushed towards Flotsam. At the town gates, our heroes were greeted by Temerian soldiers. Only then did the Scoia'tael withdraw, and the Witcher managed but a glimpse of the faces of Eorveth and the Kingslayer who accompanied him. Unable to confront their foe, the company proceeded to the town in search of Roach's informant. And by the gods, stringing up swords. And at this point, I enter the scene. I, Dandelion the Unequaled, as described by some ladies, poet, lover, secret agent, friend and confidant of Geralt of Rivia. And at that moment, a legal corpse with a noose around my neck. On the scaffold I was flanked by the dwarf Zoltan, also a friend of the Witcher, and elves whom I never met before. As they say, a Rivian once volunteered for the scaffold so a condemned criminal would not hang alone, but I had no desire to die. Geralt had to find a way to free me, especially since I was Roach's aforementioned informer. The Witcher is a frank, straightforward man. Without much forethought, he chose the direct solution. He thrashed the guards and then tackled the executioner. What else did you want me to do? Talk them out of it peacefully? That wouldn't have happened. Saved by Geralt, I breathed a sigh of relief, while Zoltan wiped sweat from his brow. The world would keep the greatest of its living poets. There was no end to the greetings, and that's when I learned about the events which had brought Geralt and his company to Flotsam. As a well-informed man, I could aid them in their search, thereby repaying my debt of gratitude. Yes, would be very helpful. Okay, so, let's see. Something about... Oh my god, we're level 6 and have 3 talents. We need to meditate soon. Attributes, let's see, what have we got? Knowledge on dragons. The legends are true. Dragons like to gather hordes and have a ferocious appetite that they satiate by eating all living creatures with no exceptions. Like cats, they like to lounge in places of power. They nap there, drawing energy, Yet nobody knows what they use that energy for. There are 5 species of these great worms: white, black, red, green and rock. Golden dragons, extremely intelligent, gifted with the ability to assume the shape of any creature, are of course a fairy tale for little children. Dragons are smart indeed, but they cannot speak, much less polymorph. The best tactic when meeting a dragon is to pray to all the gods with no exceptions. Atheists should run, they can thus extend their lives for a few heartbeats. It must be stressed that any of these choices would end in death when made by an amateur. One fighting a dragon should watch out for its fire above all else. The breath is lethal, momentarily ending the fight. The worms can also fly and are excellent at maneuvering, so they use the advantage of altitude in combat. A witcher should climb high buildings to surprise the reptile flying by and to use walls as protection. The beast's jaws are even worse than its paws. They bring instant death. Dragons, like cats, like to toy with their prey, so they sometimes lift it to the air and drop from heights when they are bored. Well, great. Dragons are immune to poisons, unworried by oils which increase bleeding, and unaffected by traps or bombs. One would be hard-pressed to find a brave soul enough to drop a dragon, unless it had been hacked to pieces with an axe first. And I wish such an outcome of the battle to all dragon slayers with all my heart. Basically, stay away from dragons. Also, we got the Axie Sign Hex. Allows the use of the Axie Sign during conversation in order to obtain information or other benefits. Nice. Persuasion. Cover. Damage reduction plus 10%. Nice. Strong back. Geralt can carry more items. Total capacity plus 50. Oh yes. And Conjurer. Sign damage plus 3. Ooh, liking this. Okay, our main goal right now is to see if we can find some of the merchants, which should be in this direction, if I'm right. Although that does make me curious if there is anything over here. Because I see a blue dot. Toll Collector's House.
Greetings.
Hi.
Hey there.
Yeah, hey. Oh. Okay, it is rather dark in here. Why is it so dark? And would anyone mind? Possibly not. Give me those orange diamond dust and robust cloth. Leather, nice. Okay, what have we got upstairs? Please no monsters. Okay, we're good, right? More loot. Hammer, orange, iron bands, and stuff. And more leather. Good enough for me. Anything up here? Why is this abandoned? So, just like, it's completely abandoned. Nothing to be seen here. Anything outside? No. It's a nice view, sort of on a rainy day, but other than that, not really anything of use. Okay. Fine by me. So with nothing over here and unsure why I was being led there in the first place, let's see if we can find those merchants. Maybe.
Hello.
Hi.
At least my feet will be clean. I've never been so down.
You'll need to be standing in the rain for a fair while longer, because it's gonna take a while before those are clean.
A witcher's job is never done, since monsters will always be around. Something as massive as this Karen, however, is something else entirely compared to the usual drowner. Better make this worth our while.